Okay, so good day, grade 9. Welcome to lesson 4, Nature of Electricity. Today, we will explore a new topic and discover exciting concepts about electricity. Are you ready to learn and explore? I am Sir Wawi, your ever curious science buddy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll always be updated with our upcoming video lessons. All right, let's get started. So, like what I've said, our topic for today basically is about the nature of electricity, and this is one of the longest topic in grade 9, term 1. Kasi po, ito pong topic na to is according to the budget of work or the BAW, dapat ito i-discuss within 2 weeks. Okay, 2 linggo. Kaya ito po, itong vlog po natin or the video discussion is dalawang part. May part 1 and may part 2. Para naman hindi tayo masyadong ma-overwhelm. Ano? Okay, so, this time we'll talk about or focus on the concept of electricity. Okay, so for the learning competency, they for good for 2 weeks. Identify that electricity is a flow of electrons and show appreciation for the need to observe safe measures in handling electricity. For the second one, participate in guided investigations to infer the relationship among current, voltage, and resistance in a circuit. And for our objectives, describe the nature of electricity, enumerate the different components of a simple circuit, relate electric current to voltage and resistance. Okay, napakadali naman ng ating objectives. Ano? So let's have a short review before we begin our topic. So for the instructions, ask the students to form a group of 5 members. Since electric current has already been discussed in elementary, ask each group to list down what they know about electric circuit. After all groups are done, ask a presenter per group. Pwedeng depende sa ating strategy ni teacher. So, pag nakikita natin or if you hear the word electric circuit, what comes into your mind or what word comes into your mind when you hear the word electricity? Okay, sige, pwede nating sabihin like a battery, a source, 'di ba? A wire, okay, a switch, okay, a current, a resistance, something like that, fuse, switch. Okay, so those are words which is connected or which are connected rather to the word electric circuit. Okay, and I know that you're familiar that electric circuit has different components as well, which we will try to discuss this time. Okay, so kasi dun sa part 2 nating discussion, more on problem solving na talaga yon. Medyo mahirap. Pero dito, basics lang muna. It's about the introduction about electricity. Ayan. So this is an example of simple electric circuit. Okay, so as you can see, we have this one. Okay, this one is the source or the battery. This one, yung color blue natin ng mga loop is the wire. This one is a switch. Okay, this one is a bulb. Okay, so kabit ko lang charger, lobat na ako. Okay, let's continue. So as you can see, this is a diagram or simple illustration of electric circuit and it contains a battery, a wire, a switch, and a bulb. Okay, ayan po. So let's proceed on the first activity, unlocking content area vocabulary. Define electric circuit terms according to students' own understanding. Validate the meaning of the terms by using books or online resources. Okay, so for this activity, use the following template for your answers. Pwedeng ito ay sa notebook or sa papel or sa longpad natin. Ano? So, terms. Okay, so these are the terms that you have to define in your own words. Electric circuit, electric current. Okay, so definition from the book. Sige, before natin i-reveal yung sagot, okay, list muna natin or isulat muna natin yung own definition natin based on what we already know about this term. Okay, so let's start with electric circuit. So based on the book, electric circuit is a closed loop through which charges can continuously move. Okay, so pag sinabi natin electric circuit, okay, it's a complete, okay, complete component, may mga switch, may wire, where charges can flow. When I say charges, the electrons can flow freely, okay, and it can power the particular load, like for example, a bulb. Ayan. And then electric current. Okay, when we say electric current, based on the book, the rate of which charge flows past point in a circuit. How much current is flowing? Okay, in a particular, let's say, wire or loop. Okay, gaano ba kadami yung flow or charge? Okay, na nagfo-flow doon sa ating wire. Okay, the current, electric current. Ayan. So next, definition from the book series circuit. Actually, we will have a separate discussion for series circuit and parallel circuit. Okay, so define muna natin sila for this time para pag diniscuss natin sila sa lesson 5 and lesson 6, may idea na kayo. So when we say series circuit, it is a circuit or a type of circuit wherein each device is connected so that there is only one pathway at which charge can travel. So ibig sabihin dito mga anak, yung charge natin one way. Okay, one-way system. And then, kahit marami yung load, okay, yun ay one-way, meron din siyang isang switch na pag in-off mo yung switch, lahat ng mga load doon, let's say may bulb lahat ng bulb is mawawalan din ng ilaw. Okay, it's a series circuit, kumbaga one-way. Compare in parallel circuit. Parallel circuit wherein each device is connected so that there are two or more pathways for charges to travel. May different pathways dito. Okay, and may several switch. Let's say sa bahay natin, mostly sa at home naman is naka-parallel circuit. So let's say, pag pinatay ko yung ilaw sa kwarto, okay, hindi naman automatic na yung ilaw sa kusina is mamamatay din or ma-turn off. Okay, it's an example of parallel. Okay, hindi or magkaiba yung pathway ng charges. Okay, magkaiba yung pathway ng charges. Compare sa series one way na kapag in-off mo yung isa, off lahat. Okay. Next, what about the word resistance? Pag sinabi naman natin resistance is the hindrance to flow of charge. Okay. And then, in a particular circuit, okay, a resistor, okay, is very important. Why is that so? Kasi yung ating resistor, parang from the word itself, resist, it helps, okay, the electric circuit, okay, it protects the electric circuit at all. Okay, kumbaga, let's say may mga load yung ating circuit or may yung wire, tinutulungan din niya na hindi ma-damage. Kasi minsan, sobrang taas or sobrang daming current yung nagfo-flow sa isang wire. So possible pag sobrang dami, sobrang taas, masira or masunog yung isang wire. But because of a resistor, okay, napapabagal niya or napoprotektahan niya yung pag-flow, nakokontrol niya yung flow ng charges. Okay. Hindi yung talagang super dami-dami. Okay. Ayan. Especially ang resistance, mostly ginagamit din sa mga, what do you call this? Sa mga may mga chip. Okay, para yung chip ay hindi naman super madami yung matanggap na current kasi para hindi siya masunog. Okay, or ma-damage. Okay, yun yung right term. Ayan. So for our activity number 2, understanding the nature of electricity, explain the basic nature of electricity and how it behaves in a circuit after watching a video. So before that, okay, so before you continue this one, manood muna tayo ng video presentation. So maglalagay na lang ako ng video sa description ng ating video. So this is the link of the video. Pwede nyo din i-type yan, screenshot. Okay, so panoorin nyo na muna itong video before tayo mag-proceed sa guide question. Ano ba yung video na to? Okay, what is the video all about? Okay, yung video natin is about the electricity. Okay, ano ba yung nagfo-flow doon sa isang wire? Okay, what particular particle, kung ano may particle man, the charges itself, kung ano ang charge noon or the exact charge. Okay, ipi-play dito sa video para yung question sa sunod masagot natin. O let's say na panood na natin yung video. So what are the different subatomic particles? Describe their charges. So we already discussed the different subatomic particles in grade 8, right? We have three. Okay, three subatomic particles and okay, so in an atom, it has protons, electrons, and neutrons. The protons have the positive charge, and electrons have the negative charge, and neutrons have a neutral charge. Okay, so those are the three, or those are the subatomic particles. Naka-flash din yan doon sa ating video. So what subatomic particle is responsible for the presence of electric current? Okay, alin doon sa tatlo? Okay, yung responsible for the presence of electric current. What do you think? Okay, so on the three or in the three subatomic particle, electron is responsible for the presence of electric current. Ibig sabihin, yung nag-flow doon sa wire mga anak is an electron. Okay, not a proton or a neutron, but electron. Electrons po yung nag-flow dun sa wire kaya tayo nagkakaroon ng kuryente. Okay. What is an electric current? Ano ba yung tinatawag nating electric current? When we say current is defined as charge in motion or the flow of charges, flow of electrons in a particular pathway. Yung current natin ay flow of charges or electrons. Kaya nagkakaroon ng nakakapagpailaw, nakakapag-powered ng different devices. It is mathematical described as current. Yung I po natin is current is equal to Q or charge. Okay, ang basa dun ay charge. Current is equal to charge divided by small t or the time. So, basahin ulit natin. Current is equal to charge over time. Okay. So, how can charges flow? Paano ba nag-flow yung charges? Charges can flow when voltage is applied. Okay, actually mga anak, in a particular material or conductor, let's say a wire. A wire is an example of conductor in grade 7, di ba? Okay, na-discuss na natin doon yung different types of conductor and insulator. So, a wire is an example of conductor. So, paano ba nagfo-flow yung charges or electron sa wire? We all know that the conductor itself has already an electron. May electron na doon talaga. Okay, pero hindi siya dadaloy without voltage. Okay, kapag in-apply natin ang voltage, saka pa lamang magfo-flow yung electrons. Okay, without voltage, the electrons or the charge can't flow. Okay, kumbaga, what is the voltage? Sir, ano yung ginagawa niya? The voltage is like a force, the driving force that pushes the electrons to flow. Kumbaga siya yung tumutulak sa mga electrons para mag-flow from one path to the other path. Okay. Or from one location, okay, to the next. Ayan. So, yun yung pinaka-driving force. Siya ang tagatulak para mag-flow ang mga electrons or charges in a particular conductor. Sir, saan po galing ang voltage? Okay, definitely, voltage comes from the source. The source, like for example, the battery, okay, di ba yung mga ganon? Or yung ating mga ano ba yung generator, mga ganyan. Okay, that's the source. So sa source po galing yung voltage. At pag inon natin yung source, dadalo yung voltage, okay, magfo-flow yung ating mga electric charges or the current itself sa conducting wire. Okay. So how much is the charge of an electron? Actually, very familiar tayo dito mga anak, ano? Okay, very familiar tayo dito sa charge because in grade 8, we discussed deeply, 'di ba? Diniscuss natin ito. Okay, especially in the first week, okay, of quarter 2. Okay, so dito, paano nga ba natin nakuha yung charge of an electron? Naaalala niyo pa si Millikan, 'di ba? Millikan conduct an experiment known as the oil drop experiment. Okay, so through the oil drop experiment, Millikan predicted, okay, the charge of an electron. Okay, which is equivalent to, okay, the charge of an electron is equal to negative 1.602 times 10 raised to the negative 19 power. Okay, so columns. Okay, ayan po. So, negative 1.60 times 10 raised to the negative columns. Okay, yun po yung ating charge ng electron. So, definitely, ang unit po ng charge ay columns. Tandaan natin, columns. Yun yung ating unit ng charge. Um, yung ating unit ng charge, which is yun yung charge ng electron. Okay, again, what is the charge of the electron? Negative 1.602 times 10 to the raised to the negative 19 coulombs. Okay, yun po yung charge ng electron. So, sauluhin na lang natin yan. Ano? Yan naman ay constant. Okay? Sige, next. For the generalization, so electricity is caused by the movement of charged particles. So yung electricity pala, may electricity tayo because of the movement or flow of charged particles known as the electrons, which carry a negative charge. So electric current is the continuous flow. Pag sinabi nating electricity or electric current, the continuous flow of electrons through a conductor driven by a difference in charge or voltage. Okay. And then charge can flow when there is a complete path. Okay, syempre, ang ating charge ay mag-flow pag may complete path. Hindi po mag-flow ang charge kung wire lang yung nandun. 'Di ba? Ang haggard naman, wire lang yung nandun. Hindi po mag-flow ang charge. allowing electricity to move and produce useful effects like light and heat. Okay, kapag may nagfo-flow yung charges, pwede tayo maka-create, makapagpailaw ng kung ano-ano, and makapag-produce ng heat energy to power different devices at home. Okay. Ayan. So for our activity number 3, calculating electric current. Okay, students will solve problems involving electric current using the relationship between charge and time. So for the formula or equation, we have current is equal to charge over time. So tatandaan natin mga anak na yung unit natin for current or yung ating symbol sa current ay capital I, ang ating unit po dyan ay ampere. Okay, kaya nga ampere. Okay, ano nga ang unit natin sa charge? It's column. Ano ang unit natin sa time? Ang gagamitin nating unit sa time ay seconds. Okay, ayan po. Identify the given charge and time, substitute the values in the formula, solve for the current, and write the unit amperes or capital A. Ayan. So for our sample problem number 1, how much current is in the wire if 500 coulomb of charge flows for 10 minutes? Use the equation for current and substitute the given. Okay, charge is equal to 500 coulombs. Time is equal to 10 minutes. You have to convert this one into seconds. Okay, so flow of for the flow of the problem solving, let us first write the given. Okay, so yung given natin, the charge is equivalent to 500 coulomb, time 10 minutes. Let us convert this one into seconds. So 10 minutes, 1 minute is equivalent to 60 seconds. So it's 10, so 10 times 60. So time, we have 600 seconds. Okay, for the required, ano yung tinatanong sa problem? Current. And then for the formula, current is equal to charge over time. And then for the solution, okay, let's substitute the following. So current is equal to, what is the value of charge in the problem? We have 500 coulombs. What about the value of time? We have 600 seconds. So 500 divided by 600 is equal to 0.83 amperes. So that's the current that flows, okay, in a particular wire or conducting wire that time. So 0.83 ampere yung value ng current. Okay, sino nakakuha ng tamang sagot? Ayan. So second problem, a steady current of 3 amperes flows in a wire for 5 minutes. How much charge passed through any point in this circuit? How many electrons would this be? Solving for the amount of charge, derive the equation for okay, charge. So doon po lamang po para makuha natin yung equation or formula ng charge, gagamit lang po tayo ng triangle method. So tingnan natin yung formula. Okay, gagamit tayo ng triangle method lang din kasi 3 variables lang naman dyan, napakadali. So for the given, for the current, we have 3 amperes. For time, we have 5 minutes. Let's convert this one into seconds, which is 300 seconds. Okay, so required charge. So this is the formula. Charge is equal to current times time. The derived formula nung gumamit tayo ng triangle method. Okay, so hindi ko na i-discuss pa yung triangle method kasi grade 7 pa naman ay alam na natin on how to write a triangle method. But if you have a teacher na very detailed, pwede rin namang ipakita pa ulit. Okay, ipakita pa ulit sa bata kung paano ginagawa yung triangle method. Okay, so solution. So charge is equal to 3 amperes times 300 seconds. So, sinubstitute lang natin yung value ng current at nung time. So, the answer is, ayan, 900 coulombs. Okay, that's the value of charge. Tatandaan natin, don't forget to write the unit. Okay, solving for number of electrons. Take note that an electron has a charge of equivalent to negative 1.602 times 10, okay, raised to the negative 19 coulombs. Okay, so given charge of an electron, okay, we have negative 1.602 times 10 raised to the negative 19 coulombs. Formula, number of electrons, okay, is equal to charge over charge of 1 electron. So solution, number of electrons, okay, is equal to 900 coulombs divided by, okay, ano nga ulit yung value ng charge of 1 electron? 1.602 times 10 raised to the negative 19 coulombs. So yung answer natin dito is the number of electron is 5.62 times 10. Ito yung value ng electrons na nagpo-flow doon sa ating wire. Okay, so doon sa wire. Kasi di ba yung ating tanong, how many electrons would this be? Okay, so para ma-convert lang naman yung i-convert lang naman natin yung 900 columns sa kung ilang electron yung nandoon, ano. Okay, at madali lang naman kasi ang isang electron, ang charge ay negative 1.602 times 10, okay, raised to the negative 19 columns. For the third problem, a current of 10 milliamperes flows in a wire for 500 seconds. How much charge passed through the circuit? Use the derived equation for charge and substitute the given value of current, which is 10 milliampere or 10 times 10 to raised to negative 3 ampere, and time, which is equivalent to 500 seconds. Okay, so para hindi rin kayo malito mga anak, ang 1 ampere is equivalent to 1,000 milliampere. Okay, so this is the given. So para makuha din natin, kahit hindi na tayo mag-times D yan, okay? So paano ba makukuha yung value ng ampere kung naka-milliampere? So meron tayong ang 1,000 milliampere, katumbas niya ay 1 ampere. Okay, so since meron lang tayong 10 na milliampere, hindi pa tayo nakakagawa ng 1. Kailangan natin ng 1,000. So ano kaya ang equivalent nito? So ang gagawin lang natin, 10 divided by 1,000. So 10 divided by 1,000 is equal to 0.01 ampere. Okay, so mas madali yun. So time is 500 seconds. So the required is charge. The formula for charge is equal to current times time, and then substitute charge is equal to 0.01 ampere times 500 seconds. So the value of charge is 5 coulombs. Okay, so sino nakatama? Ayan. So for activity number 4, independent problem solving on correct. So magsosolve ulit tayo. Let's say there is a 350 coulomb amount of charge which passed through the wire in 5 minutes. How much is the current through the wire? Ayan, so for the given charge is equivalent to 350 coulombs. Time, which is expressed in seconds, we have 300 seconds. Current, we have the required. The required is current. And for the formula, current is equal to charge over time. Substitute the value. Okay, current is equal to 350, the value of charge, and then 300, the value of time. So 350 divided by 300 is equal to 1.17 or 1.17 amperes. Okay, so sinong nakatama? Okay, so a current amounting to a 10 amperes flows in a wire for 120 seconds. How much charge flows through it? Okay, so charge naman ang tinatanong, mag-multiply tayo dito, no? So for the given, okay, current is equal to 10 amperes times 120 seconds. And then the required is charge. Ano? So for the formula, charge is equal to current times time. And for the solution, current is equal to charge is equal to current, the value is 10 amperes, okay, and then times time, which is 120 seconds. So 10 times 20 seconds is 1,200 coulombs. Nakatama. Dali lang naman, ano? Number 3, a steady current of 5 amperes flows in a wire for 10 minutes. How much charge passed through any point in the circuit? How many electrons pass through the circuit? So, tanda pa din ba ang formula lang sa pagkuha ng electrons? Okay, so hopefully I know. So given current is 5 amperes times convert into seconds, 600 seconds, required is charge. So for the formula, charge is equal to current times time. So the solution, substitute 5 amperes times 600 seconds is equal to 3,000 coulombs, the value of charge. So let's get the number of electrons. So solving for number of electrons, take note that an electron has a charge of equivalent to negative 1.602 times 10 raised to the negative 19 coulombs. Okay, so for the charge of one electron, okay, formula number of electrons is equal to charge over charge of one electron. So nakuha na natin yung volume ng charge, which is yung 3,000 coulombs. So 3,000 coulombs divided by 1.602 times 10 raised to the negative 19 coulombs. So for the answer, the number of electron is 1.875 times 10 to the 22nd power. Okay, yan po yung number of electrons. Okay, so hopefully is na-solve natin. Pwede naman tayong gumamit dito ng calculator. Okay, so next, for our activity number 5, tuturuan ko lang kayo ng paggawa ng simple electric circuit. So, kung meron tayong mga laptop, smartphone, pwede naman, or worksheet, pwede rin namang i-drawing ito. So, kung wala naman po tayong internet connection. So, for this one, i-click lang natin po yung link. So, let's go for the link. Ayan. So, dito po, lab. So, para tayo makagawa ng ating simple electric circuit, it should have a wire, di ba? So, para makagawa tayo, idadrag lang natin itong mga component na ito. Okay? Sige. So, first muna natin, lagay na natin yung battery. Okay, so let's have a battery. So, matetest natin kung gumagana yung ating nagawang circuit kapag may nag-flow na electron. So, let's say, lagyan natin ng wire. This is a wire or conducting wire. So, yung mga bilog-bilog dyan, that's the electrons. Okay, and then, lagay tayo ng isa pang wire dito. Pababa. Okay, and then maglagay naman tayo ng switch. Okay, a switch. And, let's say, the load. Okay, and then, wire. So, gagana na ba to? Hindi pa, kasi hindi pa siya connected. Okay, and then, okay, ayan. So, pag natin yung 10, nag-flow na yung electron. So, dagdagan muna natin ang another. Pag ikakat natin mga anak, drag lang natin. Let's say 2 batteries. Okay, lagay natin yung batteries dito. Dalawang battery. Okay. Drag lang natin pa. Baba yung ating nagawang. Ayan. So, pwede naman kasi i-drag para mag-balance. So, pag nakakagawa tayo ng simple electric circuit, it should have a load, a wire, okay, a battery, and a switch. Ayan. So, try ulit. Naglagay tayo ng resistor dito. Ayan. Okay, pwede natin ding makita kung anong values. Ayan. So, i-click lang natin yon. So, meron tayong 10 ohms. Okay, yung voltage natin ng battery is tigda 9 volts. And then yung ating sa resistor is 10. Okay, yung value ng resistance. So, kitang-kita naman natin So, ganyan lamang yung paggagawa. Pwede rin ipa-drawing sa mga bata kung wala talaga ito. Okay, so balik tayo doon sa ating. Ayan, so ito yung mga nagawa natin. Let the students work in pairs. Set A. Okay, ito dapat yung magiging um, output. Set B. Set C. Okay, so let's see where we're done on that. What are the different components of a circuit? So a circuit is composed of a voltage source like the battery, conducting wire, and a load. So a voltage source can be a battery, load can be a light bulb or resistor. So differentiate an open circuit from a closed circuit. Ayan. So, open circuit is when there is a gap in the conducting wire if the switch is closed. Okay. Closed circuit if there is no gap in the conducting wires when the switch is turned on. So, tingnan natin. So, this is an example of open circuit. So, pag ang open circuit pala, okay, nagfo-flow ba yung electricity? No. Pag closed circuit, nagfo-flow ba yung electricity? Yes. Ayan. Sige. Next, how do you construct a simple electric circuit? So the load should be attached to the conducting wires, and conducting wires should be attached to a positive terminal, and the other should be attached to a negative terminal in order to create a closed loop, which extends from a positive to the negative terminal. What happens when you add a resistor in the circuit? Adding a resistor reduces the current. Pinapabagal niya or hindi yung sobra-sobra yung mag-flow para maprotektahan din yung wire, conducting wire, and the load because it opposes the flow of electricity. Okay, so in generalization, an electric circuit is a complete and closed path through which electric current flows. It allows electricity to move from a power source to different parts of the circuit and back again. A simple electric circuit is composed of four main components: a power source such as a battery that provides energy, conducting wires that serve as the path of the current, a load such as a bulb or appliance that uses electrical energy, and a switch that controls the flow of electricity. So for current to flow, the circuit must be closed. Tama naman. If the circuit is open, the flow of electricity stops. For our activity number 6, familiarizing common electric circuit symbols. So, familiarize muna natin. Okay, ano ba yung mga symbols? Okay, symbols ng mga electric components in a circuit. Okay, so di ba nabanggit ko kanina sa inyo, we have 5 components of an electric circuit. The source or the battery, the wire. Okay, we have the bulb or the load, the switch, and then we have the resistor. So, tingnan natin ano ba yung mga symbol na yan. Okay, ano ba yung mga symbol ng mga yan para pag pinadrawing kayo ng teacher ng isang electric circuit using symbol, you can do it, okay, accurately. Ano po? So, let's start. For electrical wire, mga anak, ang symbol po ng electrical wire is just a line or a straight line. 'Di ba? It's just a path, parang path. Okay, kasi nga, it's a pathway, daanan of ano po, electrons for the electrons to flow. And when the electrons flow, electricity produced or an electric current is produced to powered. Okay, a particular, let's say load, the bulb, di ba? Pag nag-flow yung electron, kaya niyang mapailaw yung isang bombilya. Okay, the light bulb, ano naman yung ating symbol for light bulb? Actually, parang dinodrawing ninyo, parang yung bilog tapos parang may mga araw-araw na ano nun sa araw. So, parang ganun yung pag-drawing. But actually, yung symbol natin sa light bulb is just like this. Very simple. Okay, parang very professional looking, ano? But actually, that's the symbol of a light bulb. And then for the resistor, parang pa-zigzag. Okay, the resistor. So, titingnan natin bakit ganyan later and then ano ba yung definition ng isang resistor. And then, switch. Okay, so for the switch, it's just like this. Parang ganyan, ano? And then, a battery. So, parang may positive, may negative. But in many cases, yung mga na-observe ko na schematic diagram or drawing ng isang symbol, minsan hindi na nila nadodrawing yung positive and negative. Just this one. Okay, yung isang line na mahaba at isang maikli. And then for AC or voltage source, actually, it's similar to, ano no, it's a source also. Okay, pero ang aking ipapagamit sa inyo na symbol is itong may positive, negative, okay, or line na mahaba or maikli. Ito yung ating gagamitin sa ating sa paggawa ng schematic diagram. So try nga natin. Okay, so match the electrical symbol. For the first one, electrical wire. Saan po dyan? Pangalawa ba? Yes. Okay, light bulb. Yung pang-apat. Ano? What about resistor? Yung pang-tatlo. Switch. Okay, yung ating pang 3, 4, 5. And then, we have battery. Okay, yung pang first, the first one. And then, the voltage source. Okay, yung last item. So, those are the common symbol. Huwag yung mag-alala mga anak. Sir, napakadali pala kasi 5 lang yung sasauluhin namin. Napaka-konti. Unlike sa ibang subject, ang dami. Yan. Kasi hindi ko na kayo pahihirapan. Actually, madami pa yan. Pero, yan lang yung ating gagamitin to create a schematic diagram. Sir, ano po ang schematic diagram? Okay, so nung una, in our previous lesson, nagpakita ako sa inyo ng illustration ng electric circuit. May battery, may wire, may bulb, and may switch. Okay, that's an illustration of a simple electric circuit. But when we say schematic diagram, okay, pag nag-drawing tayo ng simple electric circuit instead of drawing or instead of, let's say, nag-draw ka talaga ng actual picture ng battery, wire, and bulb. No, hindi po ganon. We will use symbols. Okay, anong gagamitin? Symbols sa paggawa ng schematic diagram. Okay, so drawing the schematic diagram of a circuit. So tingnan muna natin yung una, the circuit 1. Iko-convert natin yung illustration into a schematic diagram. So papalitan lang natin. So ano nga ulit yung symbol ng isang battery? Okay, isusulat natin dito. Okay, and then wire, hindi na naman nababago kasi yan ay mga straight line lamang. Ano? So, pwedeng vertical, horizontal. Okay, so next is yung ating bulb. Ilan ang bulb natin? 1, 2, 3. So, 3 bulb dapat yung makikita dyan. And then a switch. Hindi naman mababago yung switch kasi yun na din yung symbol. So, this is the outcome, ano? Sir, bakit po iisa yung sources, dalawa yung nandun sa kabila? Mga anak, kahit ganyan yan, ititreat lang natin as isa pag naggawa tayo ng schematic diagram. Okay? So, ganyan lang po yung ating source. Okay, tingnan na natin yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina. Minsan walang negative or positive. Just the line na mahaba, maikli, mahaba, at maikli. Something like that. Ano? Okay, and then the bulb. Okay, the bulb. Meron tayong 3 bulbs, the wire, and then the switch. Okay, it's a simple electric circuit. Okay, a schematic diagram. Pag sinabing schematic diagram, anong ginamit natin sa pag-drawing? Symbols. Okay, another, convert this illustration into schematic diagram. So this is the schematic diagram of the circuit number 2. So meron tayong source, meron tayong 2 light bulbs, and then a wire, and then a switch. Okay, so ayun. Then circuit number 3. Okay, ito naman yung kanyang illustration and this is the schematic diagram. Okay, wala masyadong nabago. So,
hopefully, napaka-basic lang naman, napaka-basic gumawa ng schematic diagram. At ang aking payo lang sa mga teacher, since naka-flash ito sa PowerPoint natin, mas maganda siguro ipa-drawing natin sa board sa mga bata, okay, para mas visualize din nila talaga. Okay? So binigyan ko lang kayo ng idea how you will do this in the classroom. Ano? Next, another exploring Ohm's law using a virtual circuit simulation. So pupunta tayo, magja-jump muna tayo sa PET laboratory para makita natin how, okay, a current, the voltage and resistance works or kung ano yung relationship nila in a simple diagram. Okay, so tingnan natin ano. So sige, ready na ba kayo pumunta sa PET? This is the link. Gusto nating i-try. Okay, so punta na tayo this one. Ayan. So ready na, meron na po akong gawang simple electric circuit. Meron tayong battery, okay, or the voltage source, a wire, switch, and a bulb. Okay, so tingnan natin. So this one, okay, this is the voltage, the source. The source. Kumbaga, yan yung magbibigay or magpupush sa mga electron. Yan yung magbibigay ng puwersa para yung mga electron ay maka-flow sa wire. Okay, kung wala yan, walang kuryente, walang current. Okay. So, tandaan na doon po ba, sir, yung voltage? Voltage is the potential difference. Kumbaga, siya yung ano, nagbibigay ng force, taga-trigger sa mga electron, taga-tulak para sila ay makapag-flow sa wire. Okay, tandaan natin, ano po, yun po yung trabaho ni voltage. Okay, ano naman po, sir, yung current? Okay, the current, very simple. When we say current, it's the flow of electrons. Nagpo-flow ba yung electrons pag ino-on natin yung switch? Yes, kasi nga, meron tayong voltage. Okay, so when we say current, the flow of electron. What about, sir, yung ating kanina, the word resistance, yung nababanggit natin? Okay, mga anak, ang word na resistance is similar to the word friction. Okay, di ba? Kung ang bola, tingnan natin, balikan natin dun sa law of inertia. Ang bola, pag gumulong yan sa floor, pabagal ng pabagal yan because the floor has friction. May friction. Okay, ganun din sa electron. Okay, pag sobrang bilis ng mga electron, pwede natin silang mapabagal okay, through a resistor or resistance. Maglalagay lang tayo dyan. At napakahalaga mga anak ang resistance. Okay, kasi nga pag sobrang daming flow ng current in a particular wire, pag sobrang lakas ng flow, possible masunog yung wire or may madamage, may sumabog na isang load. Okay, naglalagay tayo ng resistor or resistance dito sa wire or in a particular part of electric circuit para pabagalin yung flow. Hindi dahil gusto lang nating pagtripan na pabagalin yung mga electrons. Okay, it's for our safety. Naglalagay tayo doon para hindi sobrang dami. Kasi pag sabay-sabay, nagpo-flow ang electron, ano yung napoproduce? Umiinit. Okay, di ba? So, possible uminit, sumabog, masira yung appliances natin. Kaya naglalagay tayo ng resistance para makontrol yung flow ng electrons or ng current. Okay. So, ayun pala po yun, sir. Opo, yun. Kaya actually, dito sa ating matatag, hindi na po talaga siya actually binibigyang focus. Kumbaga si teacher na ang bahala how he will or she will uh, define the following words. Kumbaga, discover a method, control activity, okay, and then the basics, the symbols. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Yung na-mention ko kanina sa inyo mga anak, voltage. Okay, so ang symbol niyan is capital V. Okay, ang kanyang unit is volts. Okay, ano po ang unit? Volts. Okay, what about current? Ano po ang kanyang symbol? Capital I. Capital I ang symbol ng current. Ano naman po ang unit? Ampere. Okay, or pwede rin naman natin gamitin na capital A. Okay na lang ano sa ampere ano. Ayan. So yun po yung magiging unit niya. And then for resistance, okay, yung symbol is capital R. Okay, capital R. Ano naman ang unit? Ohms. Okay, pwedeng OHMS, ohms, or pwede naman yung symbol na parang bulb. Okay, ganun po yung ating gagamitin na symbol sa resistance. Makikita nyo yun later. Ayan. So, sige. I-on muna natin yung ating switch dito. Ayan, kaya ako dinala kayo. So, when we turn on the switch, okay, the electrons flow. Okay, pag nag-flow yung electron, pwede niyang mapagana yung ilaw. Huwag niyong pansinin yung apoy doon. It's just a design, ano. So, huwag kayong ano doon, ma-distract. Ayan, pag pinapatay natin yung switch, the flow of electrons stops. Okay, ano nga po yung flow of electrons? It's the current. The current is the flow of electrons. Okay, and the voltage is the one that pushes the electrons. So, maglagay tayo ng resistor. Pag naglagay tayo ng resistor sa wire, it helps. Ano? Tinutulungan niya, okay, na makontrol yung flow ng electron sa isang electric circuit. Okay, this is an example of resistor. Okay, so alisin natin yung resistor. Okay, so ganun po yung trabaho ni resistance. Okay, so observe muna natin yung relationship. Relationship nila. Anong relationship? Si voltage and si current, actually, they are very connected. Without voltage, walang current, di ba? Okay, pero kahit walang current, nandun si voltage, nasa battery. Right? Okay, so ano ba yung relationship ng dalawa? Pag si voltage, okay, at mataas si voltage, alam nyo ba na mataas din ang flow ng current? Okay, kumbaga sinasabayan niya. Anong relationship yon? Directly proportional. It means na pag mataas si voltage, mataas din si current. Pag tumaas si voltage, tataas din si current. What will happen pag bumaba si voltage? Bababa din si current. Ganun sila ka solid. Directly proportional. What about the relation of resistance and voltage and current? It's the opposite, inversely proportional. Pag bumaba, okay, halimbawa, let's say, tinaasan natin yung resistance, dinamihan. Okay, dinamihan natin, okay, or tumaas yung resistance. Di ba siya yung kumokontrol sa flow ng electron? So, babagal. Okay, pag mataas yung resistance, babagal ng babagal. So, pag babagal yon, mataas ang resistance, anong mangyayari sa current? Baba. Okay, mababa din ang voltage for that. Okay, so inversely proportional sila. Hindi sila magkasundo. Magkaibang way yung pinapatunguhan nila. Okay, not totally hindi magkasundo. Okay, yung tamang term, inversely proportional. Okay, tatandaan natin ha, voltage is directly proportional to current and inversely proportional to resistance. So hopefully, okay, ready na tayo mag-proceed on sa ating next topic. So let's continue. Ayan. So, pwede nyo namang ipagawa to sa inyong mga estudyante kung may internet tayo. So, sige, first question. How does voltage affect the current in the circuit? Why did you say so? Paano ba naaapektuhan ng voltage? Saan nga galing yung voltage? Sa battery or sa source? Ano? Paano naaapektuhan yung current? Current is the flow of electrons. Okay, when the electrons flow, it can produce electricity. So, current is the actual flow of electrons in a conducting wire. So, paano naaapektuhan ng voltage yung current? Okay, tandaan natin, kung sinabi ko kanina, as the voltage increases, the current increases. Pag mataas si voltage, mataas din si current. Happy silang dalawa. The evidence is the glow of the light bulb. Ano? As the voltage increases, the light bulb glows more. So, pag mataas yung current, mataas ang voltage, mas mataas yung marireceive. Okay, na current ng mga load, di mas mataas din yung kanilang maibibigay. Pero pag mababa, pansinin nyo, pag mababa yung electricity, mabagal yung flow, lumalabo. Okay, napapansin din natin yan sa ating mga gamit. Humihina yung pag-function ng mga gamit pag bumabagal yung daloy ng kuryente. Okay, next. How does resistance affect the current in the circuit? Why did you say so? Paano nga? Anong ginagawa ng resistance? It controls the flow, right? Okay, so as the resistance increases, the current decreases. Okay, pag mataas si resistance, mababa si current kasi siya yung tagapagpigil sa flow ng electrons or ng current. As the resistance increases, the light bulb has dimmer light as well. Ano? So, what is the relationship between current and voltage? Ano ba yung relationship ng current and voltage? Okay, ano nga po ba yung relationship ng dalawa? Okay, so si current and si voltage is directly proportional. Tatandaan natin, current is directly proportional to the voltage. Therefore, as voltage increases, current also increases. So, ayan po. Okay, pag mataas si current, pag mataas si voltage, mataas si current. Or pag mataas ang current, ibig sabihin mataas ang voltage. Directly proportional. Pag mababa yung current, it means mababa yung voltage. Okay, pag mababa yung voltage, possible or talagang mababa yung mapoproduce na current. Okay, directly proportional. What is the relationship between current and resistance naman? Okay, it's inversely proportional. Okay, therefore, resistance increases, current decreases, or vice versa. Okay, or resistance decreases, current increases. Okay, magkaiba yung daan na pinupuntahan nila. What is Ohm's law? So, Ohm's law, okay, ang kanyang scope lang naman is on the three terms, the voltage, the current, and resistance. So, Ohm's law shows the relationship between voltage, the current, and resistance. So, in mathematical equation, we can express current, the symbol nga kanina ng symbol ng current, capital I, is equal to voltage, capital B, divided by or over resistance, capital R. So, current is directly proportional to the voltage and inversely proportional to the resistance. So, don't forget the equation or the mathematical equation of Ohm's law. Okay, which is current is equal to voltage over resistance. So, pwede rin tayong gumamit ng triangle method to derive other formulas. Okay? So, electric current, okay, for the generalization, electric current increases when voltage increases and decreases when resistance increases. So, current, voltage, and resistance are related. Voltage is directly proportional to current, while resistance is inversely proportional to it. Ohm's law explained this relationship, stating that current is equal to the voltage divided by resistance, or IVR. Okay, current is equal to voltage divided by resistance. So, Ohm's law experiment, skip na lang muna natin to para mabilis tayo. Okay, skip na natin yan. Gusto nyo ipagawa, it's up to you, mga ma'am and sir. Ayan, so proceed tayo sa next activity. Exploring Ohm's law. Relationship of voltage, current, and resistance. Ayan. So, show the table to the class and let them investigate how voltage and total resistance affect current. Ask students to write their observation on the board so misconception can be identified and discussed. So, titingnan natin. Circuit diagram. Yung first one, may battery. May one battery, right? And then, may bulb, okay, and then a wire. So, simple electric circuit. Okay, so meron tayong battery voltage. Yung ating battery or yung ating voltage is 1.5 volts. Okay, ano? 1.5 volts. Okay, so yung ating naman, ito yung sinasabi ko mga anak sa inyo na resistance. Okay, resistance. Okay, or yung symbol ng resistance. Ayan po. Okay, kita na? Okay, yan po yung ating symbol ng resistance or pwedeng yung word na ohms, O-H-M-S. Okay, and then for current, amps. Okay, in other references, gumagamit sila ng capital A or amp. Okay, depende. Okay, sa ating makikita. Ano? So, ito po yung ating mga symbol, tatandaan palagi natin. Okay, so voltage is V. This is the symbol or the unit for resistance. This is the unit for current or ampere. Okay, so ano po yung ating nakita sa second? Meron tayong two battery. Okay, yung battery or yung voltage, okay, 3 volts. And then yung ating resistance is 3 ohms. And then yung current natin is 1 ampere. And then 4.5, 3 batteries, 3 ohms, 1.5, and then isa ulit na battery, pero dalawang bulb na, 1.5, then 6 ohms, and 0.25 ampere. Then 3 volts, dalawang battery, dalawang bulb, 6 ohms, then 0.5 ampere. 3 batteries, 2 bulb, okay, 4.5 yung voltage, and then 6 ohms and 0.75 ampere. Okay, 4.5 yung volts, 3 battery and 3 bulb as well. 9 ohms yung resistance and then 0.50 yung ampere. Ano? So, tingnan natin. Balikan natin kanina yung ating formula ng ating um, Ohm's law. Okay, the mathematical equation for Ohm's law, which is current is equal to voltage divided by resistance. So, para makuha natin, let's say mga anak, this one, the current is missing. Okay, tingnan natin. Isosolve lang natin. Check natin kung tama talaga yung value ng current. 1.5, substitute. Let's substitute. Okay, substitute natin. Okay, current. Okay, ano ang value ng voltage? Sa first one, 1.5. The value of resistance, 3. So, 1.5 divided by 3 is equal to 0.5. ampere. Okay, so yun po yung ating sagot. Tama ba yung nasa table? Tama. Second. Okay, this one, substitute 3 volts. Ito yung pangalawang mga anak, 3 volts divided by 3 is equal to 1 ampere. Okay, and then, third, substitute ulit tayo, 4.5 volts divided by 3 is equal to 1.5 ampere. Okay, so tingnan natin mga anak. Stop muna tayo dito. Okay, so tingnan natin, from one battery to third battery, yung tatlo na yung battery, okay, tumataas yung voltage, di ba? Pansinin nyo, tumataas yung voltage. Okay? Constant yung ating resistance, hindi nagbabago, 3 ohms. Sa pagtaas ng voltage, tumaas din ba yung ampere? Yes. Pansinin nyo. Okay, kasi nga, they are directly proportional, mga anak. Voltage and current is directly proportional. Pag tumataas ang voltage, tumataas din ang current. Nakukuha. Ayan. Sige. Number 4 tayo. Ayan. So, one battery, 1.5 volts. Okay, and then tumaas yung resistance. Tingnan ninyo mga anak, tumaas yung resistance. Kung kanina, yung sa number 1, compare natin, 1.5 volts din. Okay, and then yung number 4, 1.5 volts. Okay, kanina sa number 1, 3 ohms. Yung resistance lamang. Pagdating sa number 4, naging 6 ohms. What happened to the ampere pag tumaas? Or what happened to the ampere? To the current rather. Tumaas sa resistance. Anong nangyari sa current? Tumaas din ba? Hindi, di ka? From 0.50 naging 0.25. Bumaba siya. Which is, kanina, inversely proportional. Pag tumaas sa resistance, bababa si current. Nakuha? Ayan. So, next, 3 volts naman. 3 volts. Compare natin. 3 volts din yung kanina, pero 3 ohms yung resistance. Ngayon naman, 6 ohms yung resistance. Mababa ba? Compare. Kanina, ang nakuha natin is 1 ampere dun sa 3 volts na ang resistance ay 3 ohms. Dito, 3 volts as well, pero ang resistance mas mataas. Bumaba ba ang current? Yes, bumaba. Okay, similar dito, 4.5, 6 ohms din, bumaba din yung ampere compared din sa 1.5. Okay, and then lastly, 4.5, 9 ohms. Okay, 9 ohms. Compare natin yung 6 and 7. Parehas 4.5 yung voltage. Ang kaibahan lamang is yung resistance. Mas mataas yung resistance sa number 7. From 0.75 ampere, okay, ano nangyari sa current? Bumaba pa, naging 0.50. Ano? Okay, so these are the following answer. Ayan. So, hopefully na-visualize natin mga anak yung relationship, okay, ng voltage, ng current, and ng resistance. Sige, independent problem solving. Madali lang naman. Magde-divide lang kayo na. Magde-divide lang. So, if a 12 volt, okay, battery pushes a current of 0.50 ampere, okay, pwede nga sabi ko sa inyo, pwedeng capital A lang, sa ampere, through a resistor, what is its resistance? Ang tinatanong, resistance. So, ang gagamitin natin, triangle method, i-derive natin yung equation ng resistance. Ano po? Sige. So, this one is the given, the voltage, which is 12 volts, and then yung current natin is 0.50 ampere. So, ang required is resistance. The formula, okay, resistance is equal to voltage divided by current. So, ito po ay dinerive natin sa main formula, I, V, R. Okay. So, hopefully nakuha natin sa triangle method. Ano? Ayan. So, solution substitute lang. The value of voltage is 12. The value of current is 0.50 ampere. Hindi po yun co-wet. It's a typo, ha? Okay, malabo talaga ang mata ko. It's a typo. Ayan. So, 12 volts divided by 0.50 ampere, okay, is equal to 24 ohms. Yun po yung value ng resistance. Second problem, how much voltage will produce a 50 ampere of current through 5,000 ohms resistor? Okay, ano po kaya yung voltage or how much voltage will be produced? Okay, so given ang cutting current is 50, okay, 50 milliampere pala po ito. Kulang po ang ating, okay, kulang po ang ating nasa problem. It's a milliampere actually. Ayan. So, madali lang naman, naturuan ko na kayo kung paano mag-convert ng milliampere, ano? So, we will just divide it into 1,000, ano? So, makukuha natin 0.050 ampere. Okay, so, required voltage for the formula. Ito po, derive natin sa using the triangle method. The main formula is current is equal to voltage over resistance. So let's derive the equation for voltage. So voltage is equal to current times resistance. So solution, so substitute the value of current 0.050 ampere times 5,000 ohms is equal to, okay, so ang value po ng voltage is 250 volts. Okay, so next, a 9-volt battery supplies the electrical energy in an experiment. Okay, if the total resistance of the load in the experiment is 500 ohms, how much is the electric current drawn? Okay, ano naman po yung electric current natin? Ayan po. So, ang given po natin, voltage is equal to 9 volts, resistance is equal to 500 ohms, required yung current. So, ang ating gagamitin ditong formula or equation is the main formula, which is yung sa Ohm's law, the current is equal to voltage divided by resistance. So, substitute. Ano po ang value ng voltage? 9 volts. Ano ang value ng resistance? 500 ohms. So, 9 divided by 500 is equal to 0.018 ampere. So, that's the value of the current. Ayan. So next, a circuit is composed of a 24-volt battery. Okay, the current through the circuit is measured to be 24 milliampere. How much is the resistance in the circuit? Convert lang ulit natin. Ano? So divide 1,000. So voltage is equal to 24 volts. Current is equal to 24 milliampere. Convert into ampere, 0.024 ampere. Ayan. So required resistance. So for the equation, resistance is equal to voltage divided by current. Substitution, so 24 volts, the value of voltage, 0.024, the value ampere, the value of current. So 24 divided by 0.024 is equal to 1,000 ohms. Okay, so let's continue. Naubo lang ako. So, a coffee maker draws, okay, 3.64 ampere current when connected to a 220 volt source. How much is the resistance of the coffee maker? Ayan. So, given po natin, ano po yung mga given? Voltage, 220 volts. Current, 3.64 ampere. Required resistance or R. Okay, and then formula, resistance is equal to voltage divided by current. And then for the solution, resistance is equal to 220 volts divided by 3.64 ampere, the value of current. So, resistance is equivalent to 60.44 ohms. Ayan. Hopefully is madali lang kasi nag-times lang naman kayo, nag-divide ng substitution. Very madali. Ano? So, ang importante, you know the concept of Ohm's law, which states that current and voltage is directly proportional and inversely proportional to its resistance. Ayan. So, for our formative assessment, okay, look at the illustration below. Convert this illustration into schematic diagram of circuits. Use the symbols introduced to you. Sige nga. Okay, so that's the schematic diagram. Ano? Next. Ayan. Another, solve the following problems. Write the given working equation, complete solution, and final answer. How much current is in the wire of 600 column of charge flows for 5 minutes? Ito yung ating topic previously. Ayan. So, given natin, anong value ng charge? 600 columns. Time natin is 5 minutes. We will convert it into seconds. Okay, required current. Okay, so current is equal to charge divided by time. Substitution. Current is equal to 600, the value of charge, and divided by 300, the value of time. Okay, so the answer is 2 ampere, the value of current. A flashlight draws 520 milliampere from its 9-volt battery. Solve the resistance. Ayan. So, given natin, current 520 milliampere. Convert natin, okay, sa ampere, which is 0.520. Voltage is 9.0 volts or 9 volts. Okay? Required resistance. The formula, Resistance is equal to voltage divided by current. Substitution, 9 volts divided by 0.520, the value of current, is equal to 17.31 ohms, the value of resistance. Third problem, what is the resistance of an appliance if 220 voltage produces a current of 5 ampere? Given, voltage is 220 volts, current is 5 ampere, required resistance, the formula is resistance is equal to voltage divided by current. Substitution, 220 volts divided by 5 is equal to 44 ohms. Ayan. And then how much voltage will produce, okay, at 0.50 ampere of current through a 1,500 resistor. Ayan, so given the value of current, 0.50, 1,500, the value of resistance. Ano po? Required voltage, okay, voltage is equal to current times resistance, substitution, 0.50 times 1,500 is equal to 750 volts. Okay, so that's all hopefully. Okay, na may natutunan naman kahit papaano, ano? Thank you so much again, grade 9, and see you in our next lesson.